Here we go, and we are live. Awesome. Good morning, my Perry family. This is JP Freeman, and we are live today at Classic Rock Coffee, and they have all these wonderful, beautiful brands. We are today with our special master roaster, Chris. And Chris, you want to introduce yourself real quick?
Sure. My name is Chris McGuire. I have been with Classic Rock Coffee since 2011. I've been roasting coffee here for about 2.5 years. I work in the roasting department and the franchising department. So when we open new franchises, I go out and train the other stores. This is our roasting facility for all of our domestic stores. So the stores in the United States, we roast all the coffee right here in Springfield, Missouri. The stores in other countries, we actually will set them up with a roaster, and I go and train them how to roast coffee, because by the time we ship coffees over to other countries, by the time it gets through customs and shipping, it would be bad. It wouldn't be good anymore. It'd be stale. So I'm going to talk today about just the entire roasting process. So the first thing we need to do is choose which coffees we want for our signature coffees up here. So we have Breakfast in America. It's our Brazil coffee. So we're always going to use a Brazil. It might not always be from the exact same region in Brazil, but it will be a Brazilian coffee. The same goes for our Barracuda Bite. It's an Ethiopia. We have Living After Midnight. That's a Sumatra coffee. And then we have Back in Black, which is our Guatemala. So the first thing we need to do whenever we're trying to figure out what is going to be a signature coffee is we need to taste it. We need to test coffees. So we work with our importer and we get a small bag of green unroasted coffee because we want it to be as fresh as can be. So we will actually roast it on our little 1 kilo sample roaster. So this thing can roast about a pound at a time. So we will roast it here, and then we will do what's called cupping. So it's similar to like a wine tasting. We'll go through and we will grade those coffees based on taste. So
we've got a little bit of noise in the background. I wonder if we're going to run that for a little bit. So.
Yeah, just a couple, probably about a minute. So,
okay, cool. I think we can still hear it, so keep going.
Cool.
Thank you.
So we will do a cupping of these coffees and make sure it is cupping to the proper taste we want for a Breakfast in America. We want it to be a light roast. We want it to be nutty in flavor, pretty mellow, pretty smooth. So we will taste many different Brazils, and we will find the one we want to match that specified flavor profile. We do that for all of our coffees. We'll do it for our Ethiopia, which we want Ethiopia to have kind of a fruit-forward taste. So like fruity floral notes are what we're looking for when we're cupping those coffees. So once we do the sample roast and we decide what we want, we will order large bags from our importer. These bags weigh around 150 pounds, so they're very heavy. So we'll get those coffees in, then we will, from that point, weigh the coffees out.
There's Mason, the other roaster over there. I see him. Yep.
Yeah. So we weigh our coffees. We put them in this feeder, and it sends it up to the hopper up top. And this is our roaster. It's a Probot 25 kilo roaster. So we can do around 40 pounds, a 40-pound batch at a time in there. Yeah, just to clarify, this is a Probot 25 kilo roaster. We don't always fill it to capacity because we want to have a little more control over the heat in our beans. So we roast about around 40-pound batch in there. So in the next part of our video, we will actually discuss the roasting process.
Awesome. Okay, great. We'll come back for part 2 here in just a minute. Thank you, Chris. It's awesome.
Okay.